Alright everybody, hello, and finally, welcome back to another episode of Channel News with me, Spacefish. I've just checked back on YouTube, and it has been a long while since I have last said these words. I had not really been aware of this fact, but as far as I can tell, looking back at my YouTube videos, the last one of these is actually now 10 months back, which I think is honestly pretty insane. Well, don't really know where to start with this one, but honestly speaking, I do have to say that the last few months of my life just have been absolutely crazy. There have been so many things going on, and that is why really the channel, I feel, has over the past months run in a bit of a hibernation mode. You know, you may have all noticed it. I didn't always manage to stick to the upload schedule. There were a few videos I had to skip every now and again, and it's really just not been running this smoothly. And I'm not gonna lie, you know, today things are not really looking that much better. There's still tons and tons of stuff to do, but you may have noticed that I'm still really trying now to get things a little more straight and stick a little more to the upload schedule that we're looking for. And also, really, I think it is about time we get some change going on the channel again. First and foremost, really, in regards to the schedule, because I think there's really not been much of any new games coming to the channel for quite a while now, and I really don't like it. You know, it's a very nice element to always have some cool new stuff going, look into some cool new games, and I've really been wanting to bring some to the channel for quite a while. I have had a few ready now also for quite a few months that I just haven't been able to bring out to you guys, so that is going to change starting today. You will have noticed, you know, the schedule has become more and more empty. On the one hand side, you know, for Thursdays we only have Scrap Mechanic remaining. For Fridays, Transport Fever has already also been like partially finished with the campaign being done, and then Little Big Workshop, of course, on Sundays. That one went ages ago, and that slot's been open for absolute years. So we're going to be filling all these slots. And then I technically even have a bonus game, which I don't really know where to stick in just yet. But let's get started on that topic, and then we'll move from there, guys, right? So, as I already said, 3 slots open pretty much in the schedule, and there is going to be 3 new games, which I found, and I actually got myself, I think, on the Steam Winter Sale, so you can see just how long they've already been sitting around. But 3 very promising new games that I thought could be quite interesting that we are going to be trying out, and the first of these is going to be Timberborn. I think I've actually had that suggestion from the community already a little while back on the community Discord. I think a few of you guys were really interested in seeing that game, and looking at it further, it seems like a really cool choice. It's quite popular in the community as well, and I'm really looking forward to playing this one with you. And this one we are going to be placing in the open slot on Thursdays then, so that means, of course, Scrap Mechanic is going to go back to the usual bi-weekly schedule that we always had going for it, and we are going to be playing Timberborn the other week. So it should be cool. I hope that one's going to be fun. Let me know what you think about it down below. Next one on the list being Settlement Survival. Also an interesting one, still pretty freshly up and coming one. If I remember correctly, it only got released, I think, September of last year or something, so it is quite new still indeed. But it does look very promising, I have to say. It's a game that I'm personally very interested in, so hopefully that should be quite nice as well. And that means, of course, you know, Transport Fever free play is going to be on a bi-weekly schedule again, which I think is fine. It's only been on a weekly schedule for like a few weeks now when the campaign finished, so nothing very much out of the ordinary there, and we can still very nicely move on like that. And then the last point on the schedule is, of course, the Sundays, where we do have another slot open technically from Little Big Workshop. Currently we've just been doing Autonauts, I think, like for a good few months now on a weekly schedule. That one's definitely going to back to a bi-weekly schedule as well, and albeit I have to say, really loving that game. I don't think that one's going anytime soon, but we are going to go and make sure to use that slot for yet another cool game to look at, and that one is going to be Going Medieval. I think that is also not the oldest game on the list. It's been out there for a little longer than the others as far as I'm aware, but still quite new. quite popular also among the community, so I do want to give that one a try. I do have to say I'm not really sure just how long we will take to do a playthrough on that one. I think from what I've seen, it may be a little bit of a shorter one, so that's why I'm also putting it on the Sunday, so we can just see, we can check how we like it and how long we are going to be playing it, how long the playthrough takes us. And then, if the slot opens up again, it does open up again. So that is all fine. That is pretty much the new schedule, at least in terms of the new games that are coming. I hope you're all liking it. I hope you're all looking forward to it. I certainly am. So 3 very, very cool new games, I think, for us to check out. And I hope that is going to be very, very nice indeed. Now, the other game that I do still have in the backhand and that I am actually quite interested in just playing through myself, it's probably not the best game to play on a smaller channel like this one, but it is still quite cool. From what I've heard, it's quite a cool game as well. The story is quite great. Is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Quite a little bit outside of the usual target range for this channel, I suppose, but I think it's still nevertheless a cool game and one that we could very much look into playing. The question currently really is what we're going to do with it, because there's not really a slot remaining on the schedule, but I would say if you're interested in the game in general, just leave a comment down below so I know, and then we see just how popular the idea is, and if you guys all really want to see it, we can surely make it happen somehow. So let's just keep that one in mind for the time being, and then we'll see what we do with that one. I certainly have it. I would love to play it with you guys, but I would also love to hear your opportunity on that one. So that's that for the 3 new games for the time being. As I said, Transport Fever, Scrap Mechanic, Autonauts all moved to the usual bi-weekly schedule then again. And for further changes, I think we are going to have a little look at Saturdays. Because Saturdays thus far have been this thing of like 4 different games basically, swapping through every week through a month basically, where we had Kerbal Space Program, we had Planet Zoo, we had Planet Coaster, and we had League of Legends. And you may have noticed, League of Legends, I think we haven't really played in a while. Planet Coaster has been the same deal, both for very different reasons, I have to say. League of Legends, I have to say myself, I have really a bit lost interest in again, which, with League of Legends, I think is a recurring theme for me over the past few months, and I haven't really found much joy in playing. And I think, honestly speaking, for a channel like this, that is one of the essential parts. At the end of the day, I think if I'm not enjoying myself all too much, you guys are not enjoying yourselves all too much. So I haven't been playing it, and I think I've ultimately now taken the decision that for the time being, at the very least, we're going to remove the game off the schedule. Doesn't mean it's never going to come back. Scream if you really want to see it again, but I think for the time being, we're at least going to take a break on it, and then if we ever feel like playing it again in the future, we can always come back. And that latter part, at the very least, is going to be the same for Planet Coaster. And that one's honestly been the harder decision of the 2 for me, because Planet Coaster, I think, is a game that I really absolutely love. Because as you guys may have already noticed, it's something where I can really channel some creativity of mine into and build some awesome and beautiful things. We've had some very great episodes, I think, also already before the revamp of the channel, like I think a little more than 2 years ago. So happy anniversary. We totally missed it. But it's a nice game that I can channel a lot of my creativity into. I think we can make some awesome stuff, and I've really loved the episode. The main issue for me being with Planet Coaster is that, of course, these episodes heavily revolve around the speed builds that I'm doing, which I think is an awesome thing, and I'm really loving it. The issue is that one of these speed builds, on average, takes me a good 2, 3, 4 hours to actually record, and thus the episode in total is like anywhere between 2 to 4 hours to record, which, given my already high time constraints, is really just something that I can't do at the moment. So I think, as sad as I am about it, we're just going to have to accept it. I would rather just move on now for the time being and come back at a later point to hopefully continue the project when I've got some more time. And, then now I can at least save that time and hopefully at least get enough time together for all the other episodes and for bringing the channel forward and for evolving things, for developing new ideas and getting new games on the channel. And then Planet Coaster, it's on hold for the time being. We're not going to say it's gone from the channel, and I'm really hoping that it is going to come back sometime in the future. But for the time being, I feel like we really need a break on that. So, now it's at least official. It's not really like there's been much of any episodes over the last few months, because, as I said, I was really just lacking the time. But I think now, honestly, it makes really sense to make that call for the time being. And then fingers crossed that hopefully we will have it on the channel again in the future. But that is that for at least the start of the Saturday. So it will be a bi-weekly thing now between Planet Zoo, which I think we managed quite well, not many speed builds in that as of now, and Kerbal Space Program, which should also be fun, should also help us thrust Kerbal Space Program forward a bit faster, because of course I think Kerbal Space Program 2 is supposed to be set to release this year, if I'm all up to date, and that should be absolutely magnificent and beautiful, and you're gonna bet that that game is definitely coming to the channel when that goes live. So the faster we actually make progress in Kerbal Space Program 1, the better, because at some point that game is of course going to be swapped for Kerbal Space Program 2. So that should be nice, but that's at least that for the morning of the Saturdays. And then on the afternoon of the Saturdays, I'm planning an entirely different and new thing, because when we have been hanging out on my Twitch stream, which, by the way, little plug, Twitch streams every Friday 17:30 CEST, just in case you guys were interested. When we were hanging out on my Twitch stream, more or less on the regular, one of the suggestions from one of my viewers, Kristen, by the way, shout out to you for the idea, was to just pretty much upload uncut stream VODs from all the streams for those people that don't make it, those people that are maybe not aware, that are already in the YouTube following and don't quite know that that's a regular thing that we do, so you guys can check it out, have a little look, just lurk around and, see if it's interesting for you, just catch up to the stream that you recently missed. And I have to say I really like the idea. I think I've been talking about this in the past in channel news episodes. I really always wanted to kind of get some sort of stream highlights thing going, but it's just something that of course currently isn't really feasible due to time constraints. And that way, at the very least, the streams still get uploaded, we get some extra content to that for the YouTube channel, and you guys have some extra stuff to watch, and should be nice. As I said, it's going to be pretty much uncut. The only thing that I'm going to remove after the fact, after uploading, is of course, the little moments before and after the stream when, we just have the music going and I get my coffee going and whatever the usual ritual is, and I just say goodbye to people. So those bits are of course going to be cut out, but other than that, it's literally just going to be raw, uncut stream VOD. And, hopefully some of you guys are going to find some value in it. Hopefully some of you guys are going to enjoy it, and I hope that's going to work out for you all. So that is that plan right there for the Saturday. I hope you guys like it. As with the other points, feel free to leave your feedback down below in the comments. Always happy to hear that. We're already at 13 minutes, but I assure you there's more coming, so sorry for this little longer channel news episode, but I guess that's what happens if you don't make one for flippin' 10 months. Was about time we caught up. Moving on then, I think one last game that we need to talk about is War Thunder. Now, for that game, I've also honestly kind of thought about it a bit, and don't worry, it's not going anywhere. The thing is, you will have noticed that in the past few months, I haven't really uploaded much on that game either. Same deal, honestly, there, mostly time constraints. And for War Thunder, it's a bit twofold. On the one hand side, I'm always kind of keen on uploading like good clips for you guys where I can kind of show the capabilities of the vehicles and not just, record 25 minutes straight away on a vehicle and, maybe it's just totally useless. And just bad games, doesn't give you a good impression of the vehicle at all, and it's just not of value to anyone. So that of course kind of has a time impact at the end of the day, because there's also always like an hour or two that I need to spend on recording the episodes. On top of that, it's of course also a bit of a matter of having the time to grind out the cool and interesting and fun new vehicles, and that I just haven't had all too recently. So War Thunder, we will have to see. I think it's going to be a twofold thing. On the one hand side, when there's like events coming up, like the April Fools that we played just now, I think I'm going to just make impromptu videos where we're just going to have some fun, derp around, not really care much about how good or bad the clips are. And then on the other hand side, when I actually do find the time and when I do have a cool new video to showcase, I will make a video. But I don't think that we will be doing the regular weekly upload on War Thunder for the time being that we always had going. So just be aware of that. There may be a War Thunder video on a certain Wednesday, there may not be, but I am looking to keep the game on the channel. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great game, and I think it's one that you guys also really like. It's just that we really need to manage it a bit in terms of the time that I have, and hopefully that should be somewhat fine for us at the end of the day then. So fingers crossed right there. I hope that solution is fine for you for the time being, and then, you know, the more time I get, the more videos I'll upload there again, so hopefully that should be nice. So that is pretty much that on all the schedule updates. Everything that we're going to be doing with games. I hope you like all the ideas that I have there. Moving on though, first and foremost, you will all have noticed that for a good while now we've had the community tab, which is awesome by the way. Thank you so much guys for getting me there. It's honestly a numbers thing on the channel. We finally have enough people subscribed to the channel that we can use, and I think it's great. A little great way to connect with you guys a little more quickly other than doing these videos. So I've been using that more and more, and I will be using it more and more to announce when we have a stream every week, to announce when there's maybe some quick little updates, some little changes that you guys should be aware of, some extra streams or the stream schedules changes, or anything else around the channel that doesn't really need like one of these huge videos. I'll be updating you guys in there, so make sure to keep an eye out there every now and again. Just have a little peek in, and I hope that really helps you guys just know a little bit more of what's going on around the channel. Other than that, first things first, I mean, sticking to the YouTube topic maybe, we are slowly but surely moving on 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely beautiful. Really, first things first, wanted to say thank you guys so much for the support as usual. You know, can't reiterate that enough, but I think we're really doing some good stuff here. We are slowly but surely moving there. It's been going a little more slowly lately, which honestly I blame myself for more than anyone, because I just really didn't have the time to put in to evolve the channel, but it's still been going greatly. So thank you guys so much for that. I'm hoping that we can at least hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so I think that's like the grand target that I will throw out there. Hopefully we can make it. Make sure to share the channel to every one of your friends, of course, and hopefully they will like it. A little shameless self-plug right there, and let's see if we can make that happen. But that's awesome. Very happy with that. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update there and say thank you once more as per usual. I think you can really not reiterate those things enough, and I'm really happy that you guys are all around and enjoying the content that I throw out there. Closing it off though, I think there's one last thing that I really kind of wanted to throw the hat in the ring for, is something that really just more interests me than it's not really news. It's more of a question out into the community, especially the community that does watch me on Twitch every now and again. I've been discussing this with a few viewers lately, and I've been wondering if it does make sense. And that is stream targets. So, you know, like how every other random large Twitch streamer has their targets of like, oh, like 5 bajillion subs this month and we do random thing X. I have honestly been wondering if it does make sense to throw things like these out on the Twitch channel. Like, you know, my idea is like 15 subs in a month and we get a new cool sub emote or something like that, just to kind of get the channel moving a little faster on some things like these. Because what I've discovered recently with the community on the channel is that we actually for Twitch have got a lot more emote slots unlocked now, and I would really like to get a lot more going. The thing is, of course, as you guys know, I usually contract these out to Fiverr, so that does cost a fair bunch of money, especially since we apparently also have animated emote slots, which I think is very cool and intriguing. So I'm very interested in that, but I'm also very wary of doing these things, because like usually I don't really like it too much, but I did have the idea and was wondering if it could bring us forwards a bit quicker in that sense. So let me know maybe what you guys think of that down below. I would love to hear your feedback at the very least, to just get a general impression of the feeling towards that. And you know, then we'll see about things like those in the coming weeks and months. But for the time being, I would say that is pretty much about everything now around channel news. Lots of updates, lots of new cool games coming. I can't wait to start playing them with you guys. I really hope you are going to enjoy them and that they are the right choices for the channel. Leave your comments and thoughts on all these points down below. Would love to hear about them. And of course, if you have any suggestions for the future of the channel, what you guys would love to see, what kind of games you're interested in, or other, you know, suggestions, feel free to leave them down below in the comments as well, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I would love to hear everything about it. With that all said and done though, once more, thanks so much for the continuous support, for being around, for enjoying the videos. I hope you liked everything I had to say in this one, and I hope I'll get back to you in the comments quite soon then. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you'll have a great day, and I hope I'll catch you in the next video very soon. Ciao.